All right, let's dive into some happy news. We got a new Star Wars trailer for Andor, which is based off. It's a prequel to Rogue One. Is this a safe statement, Hassan? Rogue One was the is the best received post Disney Star Wars anything, both streaming and in the movies. Is this would
I don't
you
know. I don't know if that's safe because a lot of people like The Force Awakens, but I mean, I would say it's on par with The Force Awakens as the best
Mhm.
received Disney product next to The Mandalorian.
Ooh, yes. Okay, Mandalorian. I would say Mandalorian is probably in my
Well,
mind.
Rogue
This
One
is
was first, though. Rogue
no,
One,
understood. Yeah, understood. But in terms of well received, you know what, Mandalorian is probably. You could make an argument that Mandalorian was even better received than Rogue One. But okay, we'll narrow
hmm,
down it. The movies definitely the best received movie post Disney.
I mean, like I said, The Force Awakens made $2 billion. So I mean, a lot of people were very enthusiastic about. I mean, everything the bed got set on fire with The Last Jedi, you
Yes.
know, and then ever since it's been
Mm-hmm.
it's been a running dogfight. So I don't know if it's safe to say that Rogue One is better received than The Force Awakens, or was
Mm-hmm.
better received than The Force Awakens. Maybe The Force Awakens takes a retroactive hit because of The Last Jedi. So I
True.
don't know. I think now it's probably considered Disney's best movie,
I would think so,
Disney's
right?
best Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I think so. Who knows?
I
I
think
mean,
what's
yeah, I would if I heard someone say that, I wouldn't think that was BS.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So now we got a prequel trailer, a prequel series that's debuting in September. My initial reaction to it, I got to tell you, post Obi-Wan, I'm actually, when I watch shows, a lot of times I will um, get an instant reaction to it, but then maybe a few days go by and it either gets better in my mind or worse in my mind.
Mm.
And Obi-Wan to me has, I don't want to say got worse, but yes, it has actually gotten worse. I don't want to say I didn't like it. Like it didn't get worse to the point where I didn't like the series. But I didn't feel it was very real. I didn't feel it was really deep. I didn't feel like it really moved me in any way, shape, or form. I didn't feel like, my post watching it reaction is kind of like, all right, whatever. But I watched Andor, the trailer for it, and it brought back those feelings of optimism that I had for the Disney Star Wars universe from watching Rogue One. And so, in that respect, I'm actually very excited to see what they do with this. There's something about the look and feel of Rogue One also, and I felt this way about the Force Awakens too, where it just felt a little grittier um, than some of the aesthetics we've seen in some of the other shows. Even Mandalorian, which I think does a nice job of kind of balancing, maybe the cleaner, polished look of the prequels with the grittier original trilogy. But it felt it. The trailer felt a little more serious. Like it felt a little deeper than I think what we got with the Obi-Wan series. Um, and almost to an extent the Mandalorian series, where I feel like Mandalorian deals with the Jedi aspect of Star Wars, whereas Rogue One deals with more of the um, you know uh, Empire, more of like a war. It's almost like a war story, right? It focuses more on the rebellion and the Empire. Obviously, that's the main fix of it. But it's nice to see, like, it's a good reminder that there are different elements to the Star Wars story than just Jedi, which are awesome. We love the Jedi. Those were my immediate takeaways from watching the trailer. I don't know, what were your reactions to the trailer?
They spent more money on it.
Ooh, yeah, I could see that.
I mean, it looks like Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's the plot is a little more intricate. They're probably going to have to work a little harder because Cassian Andor, though he's known, he's
Mm-hmm.
not. He's not an immediate intriguing visual like the
Mhm.
Mandalorian in that armor. He's not Boba Fett. He's not Obi-Wan. So he's
Yeah.
gonna, it's gonna take a lot more character building to kind of bring him to the forefront. And
Yeah.
also, there's a lot more of a challenge to this series because, well, some people will say, we already know how he dies. So, like as if the person's death is the only thing that's out any character. I don't know.
Right.
I never understand that logic. But, you know, um
You know,
they probably put a lot more, theoretically they put a lot more into the production value and into the lore of this
yeah.
particular character. And it seems to be on display in the trailers, but we'll see.
Yeah. You know what? To respond to what you said, I think for me personally, depending on how much and how deep we went into a specific character or character arc, the outcome does play into whether or not I'm interested in more stories about them. I'll use Black Widow as an example, right? I thought the Black Widow movie suffered from the fact that we knew, she dies. This is almost, inconsequential, with the exception of now we introduced her sister, which is really what it was, as a pass the torch movie. Only because we got a lot of Black Widow in the Avengers movies. We got a really compelling arc, in terms of her relationship with Hawkeye. We got a lot of juice. For Andor, I actually agree with you in this particular case. I don't think his outcome factors into my enjoyment of this series whatsoever, because what it's doing is it's building this world that we've been introduced to, but really only got a brief glimpse. I feel like there's so much more to the apple to bite off of in terms of this particular Star Wars pocket universe. So I'm agreeing with you in this particular sense. The outcome in this particular case doesn't impact my curiosity as to where he came from and what his world was like, because it's going to just keep kind of expanding, that kind of window. So,
Okay.
in that regard, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Hi guys, Mike Dolce here from the Rogue Wave podcast. If you like this video, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It really helps us out. Leave a comment, let us know what you'd like to see in future episodes, and tune in every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for a brand new episode of the Rogue Wave podcast.